I just remembered when Krishna Priya Prabhu was telling us about how our Guru Maharaj has so much love for everyone. And the last wish that he wished to do before leaving Vrindavan, the last time he visited Vrindavan, I was accompanying him. We had darshan of the deities. He offered obeisances because the way he's offering his obeisances is not as like the same as we do. It's very with great difficulty. He was still trying to do it, and so I said, Guru Maharaj, you just do your pranams like this. You don't have to bow down, because when he gets up, it's very difficult. Still, he did the dandavats, just almost touching the floor. And then he says, I want to do the last, he wants to do that 12 noon, no, morning artik. Morning artik. So I went with him, and then there's a time gap before the artik. So he says, can I chant upstairs? Because that is our japa area. So we went upstairs with some of his disciples, assistants, and then we have like half an hour. So he says, I want to chant. And then so he was chanting. But then I thought of some devotees for him to speak. Somehow it just clicked. I don't want to disturb Guru Maharaj chanting. So I called 2 devotees in Canada. And so we went down, it's about time. And then he did the artik. I was chanting Hare Krishna, and the class time is going on. So I think our chanting is a little too loud. So I got message, Maharaj, there's a class. You have to chant softly. But I chanted louder, thinking that, I don't know, I disobey the message. And then after the artik, I went along with Guru Maharaj. We went to his quarters. He met an old man. Well, I told Guru Maharaj, you don't have to stop very often because it's more difficult for you. It's better we go. So he says, what can I do? They want to speak with me. So he has to stop. And then when I reached, there was an old man says, can I have 2 minutes of your time? Then again, I says, what importance is he going to say? So Guru Maharaj says, okay, you come with me. Come with me. And then I was about to leave the room because I thought it's like more confidential, so I don't want to hear. And I never heard from him so much thank you to me. I says, Guru Maharaj, I didn't do anything. I cannot think of anything. But that thank you, now I can feel there's so deep meaning. Thank you. I mean, Guru Maharaj, I didn't do anything. He said, no. He says, thank you, at least 3 times. So that was my last being with Guru Maharaj, because I didn't know that he was about to leave Vrindavan in the afternoon. And he left in that way. Hare Krishna. So now I would like to hear from Buri Jan Prabhu. You need the microphone, right? And then maybe another one from Sachinandan Swami, but before that, Shruti Kirti Prabhu.
And dear devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. I'm speaking from far away Krishna. Hare Krishna. His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj and dear devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. I'm speaking from far away Perth in Australia, and I wrote something yesterday, and I'm going to be reading it now. I wasn't able to attend the Samadhi ceremony, but I was thinking and writing during most of the time of the ceremony. And here was my offering to the devotees and to Maharaj. Part of what I wish to say is to the devotees who are now all immersed in an ocean of sadness, and part I wish to express directly to you, my esteemed godbrother, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. What can I say in words to express the loss of someone who we've known for over 55 years? It's as if a part of one's own body has suddenly vanished. On first meeting Maharaj in Montreal in 1968, I observed him offering obeisances to each picture of Krishna hanging on the temple walls. He would do this every evening directly after work when he visited the temple, and especially while Srila Prabhupada was there. So pious, so sincere, so much beyond my own piety and sincerity. And years later, I would remind Maharaj about this, and he would remark, "You still remember that?" When we would visit India in the 1970s and onward, when the immigration form would ask for a local Indian sponsor, we would always write Gopal Krishna Goswami. He was fully a Prabhupada man, an ISKCON man, and he was our sponsor. How could I express and compress in a few words serving together for years on the GBC body as co-GBCs of Vrindavan, as co-GBCs of Mumbai, and then later serving together on his insistence on the VEB. So much joint stress, anxiety, attempts to confront problems, revolutions, conspiracies, and trying to move things forward. But what remains most firmly in my mind from those co-joint services is that Maharaj was always there, fully present, despite having to deal with most difficult issues, truly difficult issues, with an unflinching practical mood of service to Srila Prabhupada. He was there. Through the countless ups and downs of such a life of service, our Gopal Krishna Maharaj always fully showed up as a servant to Srila Prabhupada and Prabhupada's ISKCON mission. He would visit regularly, once a year really, as we constructed our Govardhan Retreat Center. So many devotees would pile out of the cars that accompanied him when he visited Govardhan for his yearly partial Govardhan Prikrama. Maharaj loved Braja, and he especially loved Krishna Balaram Mandir. Each time before leaving India for his worldwide preaching services, he made certain that he would perform Mangal Arti to Krishna and Balaram. When I once mentioned this to him, he responded with some surprise, "Oh, you noticed?" At one of our last private times together in his Delhi rooms, after lunch, after he summoned out the smiling cooks to thank each one of them, we sat together. And somehow the topic came up of his successes, especially his successes in Delhi. I had seen Radha Parthasarathi for the first time in Lajpat Nagar when they occupied a small rooftop room above where the devotees were staying. For years and years, we had seen them in Greater Kailash too, and wondered whether the permission would ever be granted by the Delhi municipality for their new temple near Nehru Place. Then, amazingly, we next saw them in a tin roof shed, but on their Shantnagar land. And now we see them in majesty and beauty as they rule in sweetness the grand temple that Prabhupada so much desired in India's capital city, Delhi. So we sat and we spoke of this success. We spoke of the popularity of the temple, and we spoke about the hundreds of thousands of books distributed, and Delhi's 17 other Krishna conscious centers, which all blossomed from Maharaj's inspiration, determined, devoted planning, and struggling and pushing. It all came from his bhakti. When we spoke of this, Maharaj began to weep. He then softly said, I get very emotional when I think of how merciful Prabhupada has been to me. I think his servant was recording this, and I suggested maybe now wasn't the right time to record. But yes, Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada was and is merciful to you. And you clearly were and are deserving of his mercy. You lived and left this world loyally as his servant, as per your desire, struggling to serve Srila Prabhupada, as he struggled to serve his spiritual master until the very end, to the very last breath. Thus, your destination always was O Partha, those who behave as my direct devotees, I do not consider my devotees. But those who are devoted to my devotees, however, I consider most devoted to me. This is quoted in Laghu Bhagavatamrita, second part, 6th verse. And also, Srimad Bhagavatam, in the 11th canto, in the 19th chapter, 21st verse, it states, it is most important to worship my devotees. On this text, Srila Baladev Vidyabhusan comments that this statement means that the worship of the Lord's devotees is superior even to the worship of the Lord himself. Well done. His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai.
Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. সবাই কীর্তন করো, হাতে তালি দিয়ে। Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Of life, of human life, benefited millions of others and departed to the spiritual world or wherever Srila Prabhupada sends him to preach Krishna consciousness. In any case, he will always be eternally engaged in the loving service of Lord Krishna. I was sent to India in November 1975, and Srila Prabhupada immediately asked me to help manage the Juhu temple under the guidance of Gopal Krishna Maharaj. After the departure of His Holiness Tamal Krishna Maharaj as the GBC of India to the USA, where he established the Radha Damodar party, Prabhupada tried 3 other GBC members as GBC of India, but none had stayed. I was there at that time. I want to add into that. I was there, and I remember it very well. Of course, Tamal Krishna Maharaj, he was very, very accomplished. But he really wanted to leave India after being here for 4 or 5 years as the GBC. He said he wanted to preach, he wanted to distribute books, none of which he said he could do here. And after that, I remember Srila Prabhupada tried to replace him, very big devotees from the USA, who were GBC in the USA. He brought, he says here, he brought one after another. No one could manage here in India. And it's why, one reason why Srila Prabhupada, he wasn't very happy that Tamal Krishna Maharaj was going, because he knew of his qualifications. So, after 3 different GBCs, who didn't last very long, sometimes a week, 2 weeks, a month, he called Gopal Krishna to India. He made him the GBC of all of India, a trustee, and the director of BBT in India, and personally trained him to execute these services. It was not easy, as Maharaj was then a householder, and there was a predominant mood of renunciation amongst the leaders of ISKCON India. Some leaders even wanted to oust him, but Prabhupada told them, oil your own machine. You'll understand that. Oil your own machine. And he gave Gopal Krishna his full support. Over the course of many years, I had the good fortune to work closely with Maharaj as a co-GBC in South Russia, East UP in India, and Myanmar. It was always very easy to work with him in management, as he was a very expert and reasonable person. He was a very spiritually advanced devotee who had impeccable sadhana and could preach with great realization, conviction, and determination. Even when there was a lot of pressure due to various factors, he always remained calm and took good, clear-headed decisions. It is wonderful to see how he has trained so many qualified disciples, organized the construction of so many beautiful temples, and inspired the production and distribution of many millions of Srila Prabhupada's books. His is a major and exceptional contribution to the Sankirtan movement of Lord Chaitanya. Surely, Srila Prabhupada and Lord Krishna are deeply satisfied by his service. In spite of all that, he was very humble, kind-hearted, and simple devotee who always showed great concern for others. He often encouraged me to visit Delhi Temple and would personally ensure that I was well taken care of. I know that he showed similar concern for other visitors. The opening of the Rohini Temple was a wonderful festival and a joyous and befitting send-off for Maharaj. From the bottom of my heart, I thank my dear friend and godbrother, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj, for his wonderful example, association, and service as a great leader of ISKCON. May Lord Krishna bless and protect him always. Your servant, Prabhu Vishnu Das. It's very nice offering. So for myself, so many things come to mind. Of course, I have heard the devotees glorifying him in so many ways that I also would have said very similar things. So I'm thinking, what can I say? And I would like to say many things, hopefully that come to mind. I'd like to start by saying, who couldn't love? Look at this photograph of Maharaj. This is what happens. This is how we make devotees. Prabhupada told a scientist, Bhakti Swarup Damodar Maharaj, he said, you're not going to win over the scientist with your philosophy. He said, you're going to win them over with your heart. Try to understand that. Of course, myself, I spent so much time with Srila Prabhupada. I sat through literally 1,000 classes right there by the Vyasasana Srila Prabhupada. It isn't ever what impressed me. What impressed me was seeing Srila Prabhupada sitting in his room, just grabbing everyone with his love. And I see the same thing in the great devotees. Bhakti Churu Maharaj, same thing. He just gave love. And in return, we gave love back. This is the process. We saw on the morning walks with Srila Prabhupada with Mr. Patel. How much philosophy did Srila Prabhupada give to that one person? But he didn't turn him. He didn't turn him with philosophy. But he was, Mr. Patel, Dr. Patel was attracted to Srila Prabhupada because of the love. Gopal Krishna Maharaj, I see so many of you here. I want to thank you. Yesterday was an amazing, everyone there all day long, 42, 43, 44 degrees, packed in the Krishna Balaram Hall. It was our first super festival, if we can call it a festival, at Krishna Balaram Hall. The management team did an amazing job with almost no notice, 15 hours, 20 hours. And you were all very, very kind to not notice any difficulties because of your love for Gopal Krishna Maharaj. You just wanted to see him, offer your respects to him. He gave a lot of love. I know many of you, for one reason, he always invited me to his temples here in Delhi. One of his final requests to me when we went there for the opening of the Rohini temple, he said, did you go to Dwarka temple? Whenever I see him, he would say, did you go to Dwarka temple? I'd say, no, Maharaj. He said, you have to go to Dwarka temple. He says, you have to go to all my temples. Why would he want me to go to these temples that he opened? Not because of me, but he knows somehow or other they're going to let me talk about Srila Prabhupada. What he wanted was that you all develop your attachment to Srila Prabhupada. That's what he wanted. And it's those devotees that are the greatest. What did Srila Prabhupada do? He never tried to get us to honor him. What did he call it? The Hare Krishna Society. At that time, we had different societies going on. We had the Rajnishis. We had the Guru Maharaj. It was their society. Prabhupada didn't say that. It was the Hare Krishnas. That's what he wanted. And because of that, that was his greatness. Gopal Krishna Maharaj's greatness is all he did was give us Srila Prabhupada. Through his books, through his temples, through all of you, his followers. I was talking to Maharaj yesterday. We were contemplating. When Prabhupada was here, just like myself, I joined 1971. And I had more association than most everyone with Srila Prabhupada, huh? But it wasn't enough. I wanted more. I needed more. Some had a few years in Prabhupada's presence. Maximum was 10 years. Anyone had while Srila Prabhupada was on this planet. And then we were talking about Gopal Krishna. It was so wonderful hearing him say, I don't have any assets to surrender. Nothing is in my name. Only my watch Prabhupada gave me 47 years ago. We still had that watch. That was the one thing, his memory. And the deities. And his deities. We're going to be canvassing.
Sri Guru Kevala Bhakti Sadma Sri Guru Sarana Padma Kevala Bhakti Sadma Bando Mui Savadhana Mate Bandamoi Savadhana Mate Bandamoi Savadhana Mate Bandamoi Savadhana Mate Jaharo prasade bhai ke bhavato riya jai Jaharo prasade bhai ke bhavato riya প্রাপ্তি হয় যাহা হইতে কৃষ্ণ প্রাপ্তি হয় যাহা হইতে কৃষ্ণ প্রাপ্তি হয় যাহা হইতে কৃষ্ণ প্রাপ্তি হয় যাহা হইতে গুরুমুখ পদ্ম বাক্য চিত্তেতে করিয়ায়োগ্য গুরুমুখ পদ্ম বাক্য চিত্তেতে করিয়ায়োগ্য আরে না করিহ মনে আশা আর না করিহ মনে আশা আর না করিহ মনে আশা আর না করিহ মনে আশা শ্রী গুরু চরণে রতি এই সে উত্তম গতি 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 যে প্রসাদে পুরে সর্ব আশা 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 চক্ষু দান দিল যে জন্মে জন্মে প্রভু সে 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 দিব্য জ্ঞান হৃদয় প্রকাশিত দিব্য জ্ঞান হৃদয় প্রকাশিত দিব্য জ্ঞান হৃদয় প্রকাশিত দিব্য জ্ঞান হৃদয় প্রকাশিত প্রেম ভক্তি যাহা হইতে অবিদ্যা বিনাশ যাতে 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 বেদে গায় যার চরিত বেদে গায় যাহার চরিত বেদে গায় যাহার চরিত বেদে গায় যাহার চরিত গুরু করুণা সিন্ধু অধম জনার বন্ধু গুরু করুণা সিন্ধু অধম জনার বন্ধু লোকনাথ লোকের জীবন লোকনাথ লোকের জীবন প্রভু করো দয়া দেহ মোরে পদ ছায়া প্রভু কর দয়া দেহ মোরে পদ ছায়া প্রভু কর দয়া দেহ মোরে পদ ছায়া প্রভু কর দয়া দেহ মোরে পদ ছায়া যশ সুখ ত্রিভুবন রস ঘোষক ত্রিভুবন প্রভুপাদ পতিত পাবন প্রভুপাদ পতিত পাবন প্রভুপাদ 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 জয় প্রভুপাদ জয় প্রভুপাদ জয় প্রভুপাদ প্রভুপাদ জয় প্রভুপাদ গোপাল কৃষ্ণ গোস্বামী জয় প্রভুপাদ গোপাল কৃষ্ণ গোস্বামী গুরুদেব জয় গোপাল কৃষ্ণ স্বামী গুরুদেব গোপাল কৃষ্ণ স্বামী গুরুদেব নময় বিষ্ণুপদায় কৃষ্ণ পৃষ্ঠায় ভূতলে শ্রীমতে গোপাল কৃষ্ণ গোস্বামী স্বামীনেতে নামিনে নময় বিষ্ণুপদায় কৃষ্ণ পৃষ্ঠায় ভূতলে শ্রীমতে গোপাল কৃষ্ণ স্বামী নামিনে নময় বিষ্ণুপদায় কৃষ্ণ পৃষ্ঠায় ভূতলে শ্রীমতে ভক্তি বেদান্ত স্বামীনেতে নামিনে নময় বিষ্ণুপদায় কৃষ্ণ পৃষ্ঠায় ভূতলে শ্রীমতে ভক্তি বেদান্ত স্বামীনিতে নামিনে নমস্তে সরস্বতী দেবে গৌরবাণী প্রচারিণে নির্বিশেষ শূন্যবাদী পাশ্চাত্য দেশ তারিণে নমস্তে সরস্বতী দেবে গৌরবাণী প্রচারিণে নির্বিশেষ শূন্যবাদী পাশ্চাত্য দেশ তারিণে শ্রীকৃষ্ণ চৈতন্য প্রভু নিত্যানন্দ শ্রী অদ্বৈত গদাধর শ্রীবাসদী গৌরভক্ত বৃন্দ শ্রী কৃষ্ণ চৈতন্য প্রভু নিত্যানন্দ শ্রী অদ্বৈত গদাধর শ্রীবাসদী গৌরভক্ত বৃন্দ হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম হরি রাম রাম হরে 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 কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে 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 কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে 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 কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে হরে প্রভুপাদ প্রভুপাদ গুরুদেব জয় প্রভুপাদ গুরুদেব জয় গুরুদেব নেতাই গৌর হরি বল হরি বল হরি বল হরি বল নেতাই গৌর হরি বল হরি বল হরি বল হরি বল হরি বল। জয় গোপাল কৃষ্ণ গোস্বামী মহারাজের শুভ গুরু পূজা কি জয়। জয় ওং বিষ্ণুপাদ পরমহংস পরিব্রাজকাচার্য অষ্টোত্তর শত শ্রী শ্রীমৎ ভক্তি বেদান্ত স্বামী শিল প্রভুপাদ কি জয়। জয় ওং বিষ্ণুপাদ পরমহংস পরিব্রাজকাচার্য গোপাল কৃষ্ণ গোস্বামী গুরু মহারাজের শুভ আবির্ভাব তিথি শুভ তিরোভাব তিথি মহামোৎসব কি জয় ওং বিষ্ণুপাদ পরমহংস পরিব্রাজকাচার্য অষ্টোত্তর শত শ্রী শ্রীমৎ ভক্তি সিদ্ধান্ত সরস্বতী ঠাকুর শিল প্রভুপাদ কি আনন্দ কোটি বৈষ্ণব বৃন্দ কি শ্রী শ্রী রাধা মাধব সুন্দর ললিতা বিশাখা গিরিরাজ গোবর্ধন শ্রী শ্রী পঞ্চতত্ত্বের শুভভোগ আরতি কি সমবেত ভক্তবৃন্দ কি নিতাই গৌর প্রেমানন্দে হরি হরি বল। ওখানে গেটে প্রসাদ দেওয়া হবে সবাইকে হাতে হাতে, আপনারা সবাই প্রণাম করে ওখানে লাইন দেন, আস্তে আস্তে প্রসাদ নেবেন। প্রসাদ পেয়ে ওই বাম দিকে টেপে জল আছে, ওখানে আপনারা হাত ধোবেন। প্রসাদ যেখানে সেখানে ফেলবেন না, অপরাধ হবে কিন্তু। হাতে নিয়ে প্রসাদ গ্রহণ করে হাত ধুয়ে নেবেন। হরে কৃষ্ণ।
From Guru Maharaj in the 80s. I got initiation and then I came to America after 1 month. And I had no information about Krishna consciousness. I do not know Guru Maharaj at all, and how he has spent so much time to get me in this movement. And I appreciate those things. So in the beginning, I just read a couple of lines from the Guru Maharaj's letter that he wrote me. Just So this letter, he responded to me. I wrote one letter from 1987. Dear Advaita Acharya, please accept my humble Dear Advaita Acharya, please accept my blessings. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much for your letter dated 4/9/87, along with your offering that you had sent to Toronto. I very much appreciate your sentiments. I think a lot about you and your brother Suryakant. That's Shyam Krishna Das, he's here. And his family. I think a lot about you and your brother Srikant. Is he chanting his rounds regularly? I will be coming to North America in November. I may come down. I come and may visit you and your brother. My man proposes and God disposes. I am glad that you are chanting your rounds. Also, you must read. There must be the difference between you and other Gujaratis in America. You must be after Krishna, and you use part of your Lakshmi you earn for Krishna. I hope that your wife and family is doing well. This shows that his concerns about upliftment of disciples, his concerns about his Krishna consciousness, and he wants me to differentiate between other people, other common people versus us. And he has so much love and affections for disciples that we all experience. He doesn't worry about, he worry about every single disciples that he has. Guru Maharaj always says that I come to America not to visit sightseeing. I just come to take care of, make sure my disciples are not diverted. So that's why he's traveling all over the places just to meet disciples. And when he sees disciples, he becomes very joyful and happy. And that is the reciprocation that we get from Guru Maharaj. Now, one letter I have is a real chastisement. So this letter is from after 1 year, 1988. Please accept my blessing, all glory to Srila Prabhupada. This is my first letter to you in a long time. Unfortunately, I have not heard from you for at least 1 year or two. I had come to Washington near 2 years ago. As a disciple, you can no doubt serve anywhere in the world. But at least you should maintain some touch with your spiritual master. How do you expect to keep your spiritual life if you cannot be in touch with your spiritual master? Questioning. You should write me every month and inform me of your spiritual progress. How your brother and others are doing. His Guru Maharaj telling me, you are very fortunate that your father forced you into spiritual life. As a young age, are you chanting your 16 rounds regularly? Questioning. And your brother also? I understand your brother is working in the hospital. So the question is, Guru Maharaj chastise you, Guru Maharaj is questioning us. That means he is really concerned about spiritual life. As far as his love for Prabhupada is concerned, we all know that. As per Guru Maharaj's love for Prabhupada is there, and how important it is that I give one incident. 15 years ago, there was a Prabhupada's disappearance day, and Samadhi, there is a arti going on. And I was against, still not very much in spiritual life, that time also, not today. But so somehow my sister pushed me to go to the Prabhupada Samadhi up. And it's almost finishing. And Guru Maharaj was assisting people to go and do Puspanjali to Prabhupada. So I was in line, there were only 2 devotees left behind me. I saw Guru Maharaj, I bowed down and to get blessing. Guru Maharaj became so angry at me, that how dare you can touch me when Prabhupada's Samadhi. He says, wash your hand again. They give me Achman again. It shows that for Guru Maharaj, Prabhupada is everything. He respects Prabhupada so much. So today we believe that Guru Maharaj is now wherever Prabhupada is. I don't think that this is in Golok Vrindavan. Wherever Prabhupada is, Guru Maharaj is there. So this is a couple of examples I can see that how much he cares about his disciples. And we are very fortunate that we have most advanced, highly spiritual, and all respected personality in our life. So thank you very much. We cannot say a lot of things. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Advaita Acharya Prabhu. So we'd like to call on Pritu Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Then, yes, I would like to ask also His Holiness Prabodhananda Saraswati Swami, as he is the first disciple whom our Guru Maharaj has given Sannyas Award. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Magyanti Milandasya Gananjana Shlakayam Chakshur Unmilitam Nyatasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Hare Krishna. So in one sense, this is a very sad day because of the demise of Krishna Maharaj, godbrother and spiritual master of thousands of devotees. On the other side, it is a glorious day because we all know that Gopal Krishna Maharaj's life was completely successful. When we joined, our movement was very young. I'm just building up a gradual case to bring it to this understanding that we were very young, and in fact, our first GBC was 16 years old. Krishna Das. Can you imagine? 16 years old, maybe 17. Krishna Das, the first GBC. So from there, gradually, we understood that Prabhupada wanted us to distribute these books. And we went to London and saw Prabhupada, and he asked this question, what is the most important verse of all? And so somebody of us said, Yadadikataka Krishna Padesh, wherever you go, you must preach. And Prabhupada said, exactly, that is the most important verse of all. And he told us, he wrote us a letter. We were all book distributors at that time. And it was hard work. And it is hard work. And for all you, it is hard work still. I mean, how do you feel when you have 25 Bhagavad Gitas in your backpack and 15 in front of you? That's 40 books you carry around to distribute books in a very impersonal atmosphere of Germany. So we worked very hard. And so Prabhupada invited us to come to London. And he said, and he wrote, he said, if you really want to please me, distribute my books. I have this letter still to the German devotees. So when I see the book of Krishna Maharaj, one of the most important realization I had is that he was pushing and pushing and pushing book distribution because that was the most sincere desire of Srila Prabhupada. You see, before the spiritual master leaves, Prabhupada told us, dreams may be superficial, it may not be exactly correct, but he said after he leaves, his dreams are very significant. And so one lady, I forgot her name, she distributes lots of books in Mayapur, and hundreds of books she distributed year after year. Then she came to Radhakunda, and this is all you will find out why it is connected to Gopal Krishna Maharaj. She went to Radhakunda, and some Baba told her, now I give you this mantra, do you want to have love of Radha? And she said, yes. He gave her this mantra, and she chanted, and she felt gradually that she became very much estranged. Ultimately, she stopped distributing books. One night, Prabhupada came to her, very significant dream. And it was a very stern look on his face, and he took her by the hand in this dream. And he said, let me show you the love of Radha. And he went to Radhakunda, and she saw Prabhupada was standing in front of a huge table with books. There were hundreds of souls around him, saying, please give me some, crying for these books. And Prabhupada said, what are you waiting for? Please help me distribute these books. This is such an important message we're getting there. Because one who preaches this message, Yadam Paramam Gumuyam, Krishna says this, one who preaches this message is more dear to me. And so Prabhupada wanted us to distribute these books, and Gopal Krishna Maharaj exercises in a huge way. Distribute so many books. We were doing very small in comparison. Nothing in comparison. But Prabhupada told Mahamsa Prabhu, he told me personally, that one day Prabhupada said, I want to go back to India. And Mahamsa Maharaj at the time, Mahamsa Prabhu asked him, why do you want to go back to India? He said, India is a sleeping giant. He said, when I left India, nobody was interested. Now, people becoming interested. You all went to India. And now the movement is traveling to the West. India is a sleeping giant. If you see the temples, I mean, Lajpat Nagar, Bojran was talking about it. On the roof of this temple, of this house, apartment house, there was a little, 3 meters by 3 meters hut. And Patasarati, Radha Patasarati, were housing in that house. He describes it, and I was part of one of these brahmacharis dancing in Mangal Artik in front of this hut. Prabhupada was sitting right there. Now, see the development from Lajnapanagar to Greater Kailash. That's all Krishna Goswami's about. That's his work. It's amazing. There was just one temple at one stage. Now we have so many temples. Why is that so? It is all the magic is to please the spiritual master. Prabhupada, please his spiritual master tremendously. And so Bhaktisiddhanta transferred a huge amount of blessings to especially Srila Prabhupada, because he was doing the will of Bhaktisiddhanta. And Bhaktisiddhanta said to him, if you have any money, distribute his books. He said that. That's the instruction coming right there over Srila Prabhupada, and actually through Gopal Krishna Maharaj, more than through anybody else. That is my personal experience. I have otherwise very little personal association. Okay, I was co-GBC with Gopal Krishna Maharaj for Andhra for some time, and from Madhya sometime, even Vrindavan temple. Some association was there. But I saw that the one quality I appreciated very much, besides the book distribution, is that Gopal Krishna Maharaj was a team builder. I mean, we have seen after Prabhupada's demise, some of our God brothers were kicked like footballs, left and right. And many left and were asked to leave. It was not easy after the demise of Prabhupada. This will not happen because you have a very solid leadership here, an impressive leadership. It will not happen. You know, because at that time it was confusing, rather confusing. So Maharaj had this quality. He was a team builder. He never, ever rejected anybody of my God brothers who came to him and wanted to do some service. Never. Not once. I know that. And in this way, because he was a team leader, therefore he could accomplish so much. Everything. So many of my God brothers are happy on this guy. Bhima is staying with him since so many years. And I know of so many others. This was not so all over the world. Particularly in the heady days of the demise of Srila Prabhupada, when the position of spiritual master became so absolute that there was almost no place to breathe for Prabhupada's disciples. So his glories are huge. Just think of it. Radha Parthasarthi was being worshipped on the rooftop in a 3 meters by 3 meters hut. Now you have this huge temple in Delhi. You have so many, how many? 17 temples in Delhi. Huh? 18. You see? Mushrooming like anything. Where does that energy come from? It comes simply from the power that comes from if you satisfy your spiritual master. That's where that power comes from. What was it? Bhavananda asked Prabhupada one time, Srila Prabhupada, you're talking to build a Vedic planetarium. Prabhupada was living in a straw hut at that time. He was talking about the Vedic planetarium. It should be 150 meters high. And Bhavananda said, but Srila Prabhupada, you have hardly the money to pay for the sabji tomorrow. Prabhupada said, money will come. So Bhavananda said, how is that possible? How is that money going to come? Prabhupada is very simple. He said, our Madhava is a goddess, the husband of the goddess of fortune. If you satisfy Madhava, he said, the goddess of fortune will shower you with money. On that principle of satisfying the spiritual master, Yasya Prasada Bhagavad Prasada, Yasya Prasada Nagatit. Gopal Krishna was a master in that. He's a master in that, no doubt about it. His work is amazing. How otherwise is somebody able to do that? It's simply based on this magic to please the spiritual master. That's what it is. There's nothing more, nothing left. That's what it is. And therefore he could do amazing things, and India is spreading. I remember I talked to the temple president in Bangalore just in spring, and he told me in COVID we couldn't go in, we couldn't go out, he couldn't do anything. So he started a Bhagavad Gita preaching course to students. He said, first we had 10,000 after 3 months, now after 3 years. I have 880,000 students taking this course in Tamil Nadu and in Kerala and in Karnataka. Just think about that. How much this movement is spreading, particularly in India. And Lord Chaitanya told all of you, one day you have to go all over the world and preach Krishna consciousness. That's your mission. even since 500 years, all you Indians. So, one last thing I want to say. There's one poem, there's one thing that Prabhupada said a long time ago. Let me just look it up. That's here, same poem. This little passage, which is related in the Lilamrita of Satsarup Maharaj, that Pradyumna, his Sanskrit translator, asked Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, what if people don't want to hear our message? What if people don't want to hear? Which is a fact, particularly in Western countries. In India also, I know Krishna, I know Srimad Bhagavatam, I know all that, I know. People are like that in generally. Prabhupada said, the people might not understand our message, but Krishna will be pleased. He said, and that is our mission. That is our mission, that Krishna is pleased. Most important thing. He said, they thought that Jesus' mission was stopped. He preached for 3 years only. They killed him, but his mission was attained. He made so many followers. He pleased God. Then he says, we must never be disappointed, even if no one is hearing Krishna consciousness. He said, we will say to the moon, we say to the stars, we say to all directions, we'll cry in the wilderness, because Krishna is everywhere. Then he says, and this comes to the point of Gopal Krishna Maharaj, we want to have a certificate from Krishna that this man has done something for me. Gopal Krishna Maharaj ki jai. We want to have the certificate from Krishna that this man has done something. Not popularity, Prabhupada says. If a pack of asses says you're very good, what is the use of that? See, you want to have a certificate. Pleasing Krishna is the most important thing. And how do we please this Krishna is by pleasing the spiritual master. Is actually addressing exactly the life of Gopal Krishna Maharaj from the beginning to the end in Krishna consciousness. You're very fortunate. He's not gone. Those disciples of Gopal Krishna Maharaj take it up, follow his order, distribute books widely, preach like anything. Wherever you go, yada the guitar, preach till you drop. And he will never be the loser. Gopal Krishna Maharaj ki jai.
Prito Prabhu is a preacher also, one of the best preachers. He made a lot of Western devotees. He will be traveling for the next 3 months. Hopefully I meet him in between somewhere. Would like to request His Holiness Prabodhananda Saraswati Swami and then Daivi Shakti Mata Ji. And then I would like to request another sannyasi. He's the first disciple. You're the first or Bhakti Ananta Krishna Maharaj? Yeah, he is. But he is, Guru Maharaj, before he left, he assigned some of his disciples to accept disciples. And he's one that was chosen for Russia. His Holiness Bhakti Ambarish Maharaj. So that goes that way. And I just want to let you know that feast begins at 2 p.m. Okay? So we'd like to wrap up the whole ceremony 1:45. So it will give us time to go. And I would like to ask, maybe we don't have enough time, not because of me, but because it's unlimited. I would like to ask Das Avatar Prabhu to be the last speaker. Hope you don't mind if I'm not going to ask any of you anymore, please. because he became instrumental during the last few years, being the secretary of our Guru Maharaj. There's not a lot of devotees who had that privilege, okay? And he's one of a kind also. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Gopal Krishna Goswami Namine Prabhupada Sahityam Jaha Prakasha Charha Kritavan Sad Bhavatpada. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Namaste Saraswati Gauravani Pracharine Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare Pancha Kalpataru Sindhu. I was very hard-hearted person from beginning, because my parents were died in same day when I was just five years. But anyhow, but after joining ISKCON, after meeting Maharaj specifically, like 1983, Chaitanya Dev Dasamana is Bhakta leader here from South American. So he took me to Maharaj. So after meeting Maharaj, so I could find something, some person, and what is love? I'm just a newcomer, but Maharaj speaks so nicely. I was influenced. So anyhow, then this Bhakti leader, he asked me to stay here. I stay here in Krishna Balaram temple. They gave me some books for reading, and they allow me to 7 days stay freely and read books and take prasad and just. Anyhow, I joined. And I don't know, Guru Maharaj has so much mercy for me. I don't know, I have not qualification even. Before maybe many, when I newly joined, he asked me 2 things when he gave me initiation. You every day must chant your rounds in morning hours. Before chanting, even you don't take your prasad. So that's why I'm following that principle. Then his next instruction was always go on distributing Prabhupada books. These 2 instructions Maharaj gave to me. So, but unfortunately, I did read books for many years, and nowadays I am practically in an active way. I am not taking part. So, but still, Maharaj is so merciful to me. I don't. Actually, Guru Maharaj asked mercy, as Janardhan Maharaj told that he's chastising him. I chastise that. But actually, Maharaj never chastised me. I understand. Guru Maharaj not chastised me anyone, anytime. Before I was going to Govardhan Parikram, when I was well, always with Maharaj. I was always walking with Maharaj wherever Maharaj goes. But since I have arthritis problem in my knee, I have just left. Last time Maharaj came here, then before he leaving, just 20 minutes before he called me, then I went to his room. There are some Mataji, Govinda Mataji and some 2 Mataji. They asked Maharaj, told them to go out. They sent them out. Then Maharaj told, I want to talk to Maharaj something. Then Guru Maharaj told, so now I put your name in as a Diksha Guru, initiating spiritual master. And was okay? And Maharaj, I don't know, whatever your will, I'll just try to follow. I am not so qualified to become initiative. Then Maharaj told, no, you will do that. After just NIDC pass the resolution, then you will be just 3-4 months, it will clear. Just Maharaj told this, but I don't understand. Actually, how I remain in temple even few years after I joined Ohindra Prabhu's Sankirtan party 4 times sometimes. I was the time first I was thinking, yes, What is this? I should go do some bhajan, go to Radha Kund, like this. One day I pack up everything, all this, my bedding, kept in my room. Then I was thinking, tomorrow when Mangalarti will go on, I will just left. But just in meantime, within just few, I just got sleep. I just saw a dream that I was just going with my luggage and just in front of Samadhi I reached. And Prabhupada just come down and he gave sannyas. Take this, go on preaching. Where are you going? Just I. Then I woke up and going, what is this dream? Then I just decided to stay and have some other I stay. Then after just few days, how I took sannyas, after few days, maybe next time Guru Maharaj came, then he told, why are you not applying for sannyas? I want to give you sannyas. So I follow, this is the instruction from Prabhupada, then Guru Maharaj coming is instruction. Maharaj told, you take sannyas and go. Maharaj told, I want to give you sannyas. Then Maharaj told me, apply, then I got sannyas. So anyhow, only mercy, with mercy I am staying. Otherwise, I don't know, Guru Maharaj mercy is unconditional mercy. But I am trying to follow and I praying to all the Vaishnavas here, just give their mercy. So I can try to follow the instruction at least of my Guru Maharaj. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Maharaj. I would like to call upon Her Grace Daivi Shakti Mataji. She can come forward because trying to live stream to our different social media.
Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutle Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesa Sunyavari Paschatya Desha Tarine. I was very happy to hear Buri Jan's description of Gopal Krishna Maharaj at Montreal 1968, because the first time I saw your Guru Maharaj, this was 1971 in New York City, exactly the same thing Maharaj was doing. We were sitting in the temple, and this amazing devotee, at every picture in the temple room, he was offering his full dandavats. Not only was he offering his dandavats, but as he was offering his pranam mantra to Srila Prabhupada, if even one syllable was incorrect, he would stop and start all over again and repeat. So I had never seen anything like that in my whole life. Such devotion. I was very much struck. The first impressions last longest. Then there are 2 points that I wanted to bring up because there's not much time and so much has been discussed of Maharaj's glories. But 2 very special things. One is the book distribution. So in New York City, we would go out to the bus stations all day and night, and especially at night, down in the basement of the biggest bus terminal. Millions, about 2 million people a day would go through there. We would wait till nighttime, and in the basement, thousands of people would be waiting in line, and we would distribute books there. So one night I was there distributing the books, and I see someone dressed in a suit and tie distributing books. And I'm looking and say, who's that? It was Gopal Krishna. After he would finish his work at night in New York City, he wouldn't go home, he wouldn't go to the temple. He would come to the deepest, darkest, dirtiest place in New York City and distribute books. This was beyond my imagination. This had to be the greatest saint I had ever seen. So then in New York City, there was unspeakable problems. One day I just took my bead bag and ran for my life. Came here to India. And they had sent me to deliver a very important document to Srila Prabhupada from here to Mayapur. So I went to deliver the document. I never spoke a word to anyone about the problems in New York City. When I get into Prabhupada's room, I'm sitting with Srila Prabhupada. In comes Gopal Krishna. And he says, Prabhupada, she can tell you everything that's going on in New York. I want her to write a letter, and I want you to read it. Now, I didn't know that Gopal Krishna had come to India at that time. Gopal Krishna specifically came to meet Prabhupada. He was of such integrity that he made sure that everything in that temple was presented to Srila Prabhupada so it could be corrected. Again, for the third time, I'd never seen anything like that. Now, this was 1974, September. As we heard, after Tamal Krishna Maharaj, then Prabhupada tried to put Karandar here as GBC, and then he tried to put Jagadish here as GBC. That night, Jagadish disappeared and ran away. No one wanted to be GBC in India. It was too difficult. So Prabhupada assigned Gopal Krishna to be GBC at that time. He was a Grihasta, new in India, although we all knew his character by then. And Prabhupada, this is before his disappearance, he had Gopal Krishna be the GBC of all of India until 1977. And then after 1977, everything got broken up. The followers did not want Gopal Krishna Maharaj to be the GBC of all of India, and they broke it up. And this is the second part. So we hear about book distribution. One more thing about book distribution. Here in Vrindavan, we have these bookshops, and Gopal Krishna Maharaj was always encouraging book distribution here, of course. So his disciples started to print books so-called written by him from his lectures. And I asked Gopal Krishna, I said, should we keep your books in the bookstores now? He said, absolutely not. You only distribute Prabhupada's books here. And we have other devotees coming to me, angry. Why aren't my books in your bookshop? But not Gopal Krishna Maharaj. He only wanted Srila Prabhupada's books distributed here. So then, well, things have changed a bit. So now we come to the next point that I want to make, and that is the Vrindavan temple management. So after Srila Prabhupada left and Gopal Krishna Maharaj was no longer the full GBC of India, I watched one GBC after the other. Now we've been through 30 temple presidents here. It's such a difficult service. And Gopal Krishna Maharaj, all throughout this time, since the time he became an initiating guru, he was training his children how to manage, how to carry on, how to open temples. So he became a guru in 83, in 1982. So that means 82 to 92, 2002, 2012, over 40 years now. So his children now are quite grown up. Some must be 40 years old by now in spiritual life. So gradually, Gopal Krishna Maharaj training his disciples so nicely. Now, this year, we see his disciples have become so well trained that practically in almost every department now, we have his well-trained disciples now running the Vrindavan temple, which is the international beating heart of ISKCON. It was his many years of training his disciples that now finally, even in his disappearance, I now have full faith because he trained his disciples so well that they'll be able to carry on this mission, specifically in Vrindavan, which is the beacon of all of ISKCON. So I thank you all very much. Please always stay under the shelter of your Guru Maharaj's instructions, and then this ISKCON movement and Srila Prabhupada's pleasure will be guaranteed. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Daiva Shakti Mataji. Next year we'll be celebrating our 50th year anniversary, inauguration, opening of the temple. Srila Prabhupada inaugurated the Mandir, Ramnomi, 1975. So somehow or other, Panchagoda Prabhu was there. This was during the last visit of Guru Maharaj. And Panchagoda Prabhu, I think Srutakriti Prabhu, always there. Always together, inseparable. So Panchagoda Prabhu says, Maharaj, we'll be celebrating next year's 50th anniversary. You promise you're going to be there? And Guru Maharaj just smiled. Again. He just smiled. He didn't say yes. Or he didn't, no, he just smiled. And that sweet smile, something transcendental again. So tomorrow, next year, not tomorrow. Tomorrow you'll be in Delhi, part 2 of this memorial. So please excuse us if many of you, your names have not been mentioned to speak. Because again, I thought we were going to be here till midnight, but I don't think we can do that. Till 1:45 or till Bhakti Ratnakar Ambarish Maharaj and Das Avatar Prabhu. And the BVT man here. No problem. Prabhu, I was thinking of you. You know what? Every time I think of somebody, they come. You're my friend, so please. He'll be second to the last. The last one will be the best. Okay? You're best also. 3 minutes, no problem. So Maharaj, and then Satyanarayan Prabhu, our BBT man here, and then Das Avatar Prabhu. Is that okay? I didn't hear Haribol.
Hare Krishna. Dear Guru Maharaj, please accept my most humble obeisances. Although we are feeling great separation from your physical presence, but I believe that if we will keep your instructions in our heart, we will be never separated from you. So, you came first time to Moscow in 1976. You was managing BBT, and in January of 1976 you have received a letter of inquiry from Moscow agency that was importing books to Soviet Union, and they were asking for a full catalog of Srila Prabhupada's books. So you immediately came to Mayapur to meet Srila Prabhupada, and Srila Prabhupada said immediately, take books and go to Moscow. So you came to Russian embassy, Soviet embassy, and they gave you business visa to come to Moscow. And so in May of 1976, you came to Moscow with Srila Prabhupada's books. You met these managers of this Soviet agencies that was importing books, and they were very impressed by Srila Prabhupada's books, and they asked for full sets of Srila Prabhupada's books. So, but they did not have any currency at that time. There was no other currency, only Russian rubles were there. So they were not able to pay for the books. So you have written a letter to Srila Prabhupada what to do. They don't have any currency to pay for the books. So Srila Prabhupada wrote back, maybe you can make a barter for some Russian books that we can sell them in India. And after that, Srila Prabhupada has written second letter. No, you just give them the books, let them read the books. So the main library of Moscow has received first full set of Srila Prabhupada's books in 1976, and also the main library of St. Petersburg received the full set. So next year, in 1977, you have received another letter. Russian government was inviting you to join first international book fair in Moscow. So you came to Moscow again in September of 1977 with a lot of books, together with Prithuputra Swami, and you have received very nice response from the people. Some of these people, they became devotees few years later. They became devotees, like two Mataji's. One of them, she is here. She met Guru Maharaj in 1977, but she became devotee in 1989. And she became disciple of Guru Maharaj. So, and you brought back in October of 77 very nice letter from Russian government to Srila Prabhupada, and Srila Prabhupada was so proud. He was showing this letter to everyone who was coming to visit him. It was few weeks before Srila Prabhupada's departure. And also you printed first Russian book in 1977, and Srila Prabhupada told you that you have to make sure that this book will be distributed because it was very difficult at that time to distribute Russian books. Then you came, there was long period when you was not coming to Russia. Again, you came in 88 again for the International Book Fair. And at that time, International Society was registered in 88. It was registered in Moscow. So you had an opportunity to preach to the devotees, and some of them, they approached you to become your disciples. So I met you first time when you came to give initiation. It was May of 1990, and I became so inspired that I have asked, I joined 1 month before that, but I asked, can I be initiated? And they said, no, you just joined. So I was waiting for 2 years to become initiated. After first initiation, you became very sick when you gave this first initiation for 25 devotees. Your temperature became 42. For 7 days, you was in the hospital in Moscow after first initiation. So you took break for 2 years. No, was not initiation, any more disciples in Russia. But from 92, you started again to initiate devotees. And you have got many nice, inspired disciples in Russia, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan. Guru Maharaj, you was so inspired to preach that in the 90s you was coming for like 4 months, traveling all over Soviet Union. Every year, 1990, 1991, 1992, 94, for many years you were spending many months in Soviet Union. That's why the Krishna consciousness movement started to spread very widely in this area, and devotees are so thankful to you that you did this great service. So we have to very big debt for Guru Maharaj, and we have to carry his legacy. We have to put his instructions in our hearts that we never be separated. Srila Gopal Krishna Goswami Guru Maharaj ki jai.
Thank you, Maharaj. Now I would like to call our Satyanarayan Prabhu from Middle East, BBT. Far East, Middle East, all the East.
Namah Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Tanamane Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaur Vrani Pisharane Nivasesha Shunivari Pasirade Shitarne. I think all of us that were deeply touched by the mercy of Sri Gopal Krishna Maharaj have some passion in their heart to speak. So forgive me. But I feel that by Prabhupada's grace, I was able to see a unique side of Gopal Krishna Maharaj. And because in 1976, November 9th, Srila Prabhupada said to us that anyone who helps preach in the Muslim world, for that person, he takes the dust from their feet and puts it on his head. So this was, Prabhupada never said something like that before. And I think that the Gopal Krishna Maharaj and myself got so much mercy from Srila Prabhupada, because where I have the Arabic and Farsi languages, Hare Krishna. No, I'm not done yet. I just was trying to... where I was in his room when Prabhupada said that, so where I have the Arabic and Farsi languages to try to develop, Gopal Krishna Maharaj had the Urdu language, which is also, you can consider, certainly in the Middle East. So it was very touching whenever Gopal Krishna Maharaj would print a new book in Urdu. He would almost, in a childlike way, he would, when he would see me, he would come up and show me the new book. He didn't have to do that, but I think it's because of that shared experience with Srila Prabhupada. And he did it in such a way that was almost a childlike joy. So it wasn't just about the numbers, but it was the mercy that was felt from Srila Prabhupada for tackling some of the most difficult languages, which Urdu certainly is. It actually challenges, for sure, Arabic and Farsi. But so Maharaj seemed so happy to share that, and it was something that brought us very, very close together. And he had such a pure vision of giving Krishna consciousness to everyone, including the Muslim world. So I just wanted to share that mercy from Prabhupada. Gopal Krishna Maharaj ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Gaur Premanandi. Thank you, Janardhan Maharaj.
And if you need that Arabic book, see Satyanarayan Prabhu. You can, yeah, right here, Matchless Gifts. Would like to let you know also there'll be part 2 of this here in Vrindavan, not in Delhi. Part 2 this evening at 5 p.m. Conference Hall, Guest House building. Okay? So you're all invited. Huh? What's that? No, Conference Hall. I don't know. We can go in there or here. You want it here? Okay, we'll do it here. All right? So those devotees whom failed to mention their name and call upon their names, you'll have your chance this evening. But hold, don't go yet. This is the best right now. The personal secretary of our Guru Maharaj for the last many years.
नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते गोपाल कृष्ण गोस्वामी इति नामिने प्रभुपादस्य साहित्यं ये प्रकाश्य वितीर्य च प्रचारं कृतवान् साधु भगवत्पदाय ते नमः. I just want to read my offering. Today we have all come here to glorify, to hear and to relish the memories of our beloved Guru Maharaj. I want to thank all of you from the core of my heart. I am sorry, but today I do not have the voice to speak much. As it is completely choked up. I beg for an apology in advance if I become emotional. Till today, I am unable to understand what austerity or pious activities I have done in my previous life to deserve Guru Maharaj's service. It is simply due to Guru Maharaj's causeless mercy. Devotees' causeless mercy. Because all of you, I have tried to serve Guru Maharaj for the last 12 to 15 years. Thank you very much. Today all the devotees glorify Guru Maharaj. I just want to share a few memories of his last days. From last 1 year, everybody knows Guru Maharaj's health is not good. But he don't want to show it that he is not well. He don't want to lose his privilege to serve spiritual Srila Prabhupada, his spiritual master. So he don't want to show anybody that he is not well. So he's trying his best to serve as much as possible. He tried to attend all his meetings, tries his best. Sometime one session, sometimes second session on Zoom, but he tries his best. He reduces his traveling also. Even his doctors, senior disciples, God brothers, everybody is requesting, Maharaj, please slow down. Please, everybody was begging. And he is smiling and saying, please don't take the privilege to serve Srila Prabhupada. He was having very great pressure of initiating devotees. From last 1 year, he has a lot of pressure from all over the world. Everybody knows that Maharaj's health is not good. So everybody wants to take initiation. Last year, in the month of May, we did a Delhi initiation. And that Delhi initiation, Maharaj was staying there. But the Delhi initiation was after 6 years. More than 800 candidates. Maharaj gave initiation in his room, not in Pandal, because it was very difficult for him. He was very much scared about giving initiation because he can't sit in Pandal for so long, 2 hours, 3 hours. So we made a plan, we requested him, Maharaj, don't worry, please. We'll manage in 1 week. You just sit in your room for 1 hour, half an hour, morning half an hour, evening half an hour, and we'll continue for 1 week. And the end of the week, we'll have a yagya. So the same way we did that in our Delhi temple. And so many initiations are pending. From last 1 year, Chandigarh candidates are requesting a lot. Since last 1 year, more than 600 candidates are there in Chandigarh, altogether, Punjab, Haryana, and many places. In between, we traveled Surat just to meet Vrindavan Das Prabhu for some seva. So devotees beg, same way devotees beg, Maharaj, please give initiation, we are ready. Maharaj said, no, it's not possible. I can't do it. I'm tired. I can't sit. So again I requested him, Maharaj, we'll manage, please. Just morning half an hour, evening half an hour. No need to go outside. You just be in your room. Everybody will come and you give initiation, and last day we'll do the yagya. Every time when I am alone, when Maharaj was alone, he calls me, and every time he asks me, how can I do this initiation? I am very much scared. So every time we are requesting, Maharaj, please don't worry. So this way we finish that initiation in Surat also. More than 300 candidates. Earlier it was 150. And by end of the day it was more than 300. So somehow we finished that initiation. We came back to Delhi. Again Chandigarh initiation was pressure. Maharaj, again and again he was saying, I want to stop giving initiation. We wrote to GBC. We requested Anant Tirtha Prabhu that please process Vaishnav Maharaj application and Prabodhanand Maharaj application as soon as possible. Even he told, they requested that, Maharaj, you are here, what is the hurry? Till he said, no, start the process, expedite the process. Because somehow he knows that the time has come. Every month, every month or maybe in 2 months, he comes to Vrindavan. This year, from last 6 months, he was not here. From last Kartik, he came last Kartik. As Janardhan Maharaj mentioned how he performed his 2 days here, he did japa, everything, arti, everything, and he was happy. He knows what is the next Krishna's plan. We went back to Delhi, like initiation pressure is coming from Pune. I was fighting with devotees. Why are you pressurizing Maharaj? Don't decide the date. Let him come. Wait for 10 days, 15 days. When Maharaj will say, okay, now I am okay, then we'll make it for 1 week. But don't decide the date. Maharaj asking again and again how I'll do. I was trying to describe, Maharaj, make it easy. We'll do like this. Gurgaon initiation is pending. Everywhere initiation is pending. But I am not telling Maharaj. They are calling me, requesting me, but I am not telling Maharaj that people are calling me, so many initiations are pending. Because I don't want to give so much, because already he is scared of giving initiation. So I just want to share the last day incident, like last 2-3 days. On 29th, he decided like we'll go to Dehradun for a bureau meeting. Then he called me. He said, we are supposed to go in the afternoon, because I don't allow to travel Guru Maharaj in the morning time, night time, because afternoon is the best time. He finishes all his seva, exercise, walk, everything. So we don't allow. Especially I fight with Maharaj for these things. The same day also I fought. Maharaj called me and I think Maharaj will say we'll leave by lunch, after lunch. But he called me and he said, I am tired. I don't want to go to Dehradun today. I'll go tomorrow early morning. Again, I raised my voice and I fought. What is this? Morning time is not good for traveling. And I left that room because I don't want to argue anymore. After some time, he called me again. Okay, we'll go in the afternoon. Afternoon flight, take afternoon flight. I said, Maharaj, okay. But again, I asked Maharaj, if you're not feeling well, if you want to take rest, what is the use of going? I requested Maharaj, Zoom facility is there. Please attend on Zoom. Maharaj said, I am the host. Dehradun is a new center. And I have invited them to see the new center. And if I'll not be there, then how they will feel? Actually, he is just thinking for everyone, but not thinking for himself. And he was saying, I have to do the Bhumi Puja. I said, Maharaj, anybody can do. Many sannyasis are going there. Bureau members, they can do it. Please don't go. Then he gave another reason. He is very expert for like this. He gave another reason. I said, Maharaj, take rest. Then we have to go to Chandigarh for initiation. If you'll take sufficient rest for 3-4 days, then you'll feel more comfortable and that we have already planned for 1 week initiation, not 1 day initiation. Morning 1 hour, evening 1 hour, and then the last day, yagya. I said, Maharaj, take sufficient rest, and then we'll go to Chandigarh. Maharaj said, if I'll not go to the bureau meeting and I'll go to Chandigarh, everybody laugh on me, that he is not coming for bureau meeting and he is going to make the disciples. So he said, no, I'll not go Chandigarh, I'll go to Dehradun. I again begged, Maharaj, please, your health is not good. I know. I reminded him, Maharaj, in last bureau meeting, you went to Ahmedabad, your health was not good. You went only for bureau meeting for 3 days, but you attended only 1 day, first half, second day on Zoom, second day again, first half on Zoom, and third day only from Zoom. I reminded him, Maharaj, he said, really? Yes, Maharaj. Maharaj, you attended bureau meeting like this. And if you'll go to Dehradun, again this thing will happen. I'm scared. Maharaj said, no. Then again, I begged Maharaj many times. I said, Maharaj, please. I called Sandipni Krishna Prabhu. He's organizing Zoom over there, the special team from Bombay. They called special team for arranging Zoom sessions. He said, Guru Maharaj said, call Sandipni and ask. Because I requested him, so he is trying to make his mind for Zoom. He said, call Sandipni Krishna. Check again that Zoom is available. Can I speak on Zoom? Facility is there. So I said, I didn't call Sandipni Krishna. I said, Maharaj, I called him. Everything is ready. So please don't go. So again, then he said, no, the meeting is supposed to start on 30th. This discussion was on 29th, so it's supposed to start on 30th. I said, Maharaj, when he decided that I'll attend on Zoom second session, so I said, Maharaj, that is a little good idea. We'll attend here. We'll here attend like a Zoom session first part. Second session we'll attend on Zoom. We'll live there over there when we'll go there. So that then again after some time he'd called me. I don't want to go. Then again I started begging, Maharaj, it's a good idea. Please don't go. Then he said, we'll decide tomorrow. So then he said, can you book Krishna Priya's my doctor phone ticket also? Because he has something in his mind. He told Krishna Priya, can you come with me also? So I booked 3 tickets, Krishna Priya's Prabhu's tickets, my Guru Maharaj and myself. And then he said, again after booking the tickets, he's keep discussing these things. Going, not going, and my answer was same. I am requesting, begging, please don't go, Maharaj. We'll arrange everything here on Zoom. Then he said, in the night, 9:30, I'll decide in the morning. Then he called me again at 5:30 and he said, no, we will go. I said, Maharaj, I can't argue with you, but my wish is not like to go. You should stay and attend here only because of your health is not good. He said, I want to take rest. That is why I took rest for one more day. But we have to go. We'll go. Then we went there. I was very much careful because we were traveling in plane and Maharaj said, don't hold my hand. I don't need so much devotees. Sometimes I generally don't help Maharaj because he allows other devotees like Ajay Gaurang Prabhu, Yoginath Prabhu, Vishwambar Gaur Prabhu. So that time in flight, generally Yoginath, Damodar Prabhu, generally they also travel. We started traveling with 3-4 devotees. So this time we are going only three, Maharaj, myself and Krishna Priya Prabhu. So in the plane, I already booked the wheelchair, everything. I called wheelchair and I tried because he is not used to take my help. Generally, sometimes his mind is like that he gave me other services and take help from Yoginath and Ajay Gaurang. So that day I was there. So I'm trying to help at every moment. So he said, I don't want so much help. I'll manage. Somehow we reached Dehradun. He was happy. He was determined, so he attended the last 2 hours of the first day, second session, last 2 hours, 5 to 7. And then next day, again, Bhumi Puja, he was to attend that. That time also he was saying, I'm not feeling good. I'm not able to walk properly. I said, no problem, Maharaj. We'll walk in the room. Then your body will get his body is little stiff. So I said, Maharaj, we'll walk here in the room. When you'll get confidence, then we'll go outside. So I walked with Maharaj. Devotees were there. Other devotees also walked. So then after 3-4 rounds, he said, now I can walk. Because he don't want to use wheelchair. I keep fighting with him only for this thing. Maharaj try to use stick or wheelchair. We can't afford any more falls. Already 3 falls happened. Vrindavan, Ahmedabad and Mayapur. 3 falls. I requested Maharaj, this is Krishna's indication that we have to be more careful. We can't afford any more falls. He listens because everybody put pressure. Then sometime when he feels that I can walk, I can stand. So he tried himself also. So next day same thing happened. As usual, he forget to call because when he used washroom, we open the door like not keep unlock, and devotees waiting outside. Generally he used to call from there. And this time he forget to call and he slipped. And suddenly he called and devotees, the other devotee Yoginath was there, so he went inside. But when generally we falls, we don't have the pain. Pain started after 2-3 hours. He dressed up, he took shower, he dressed up, he did his puja. And when he started to get up from his chair, puja chair, he shouted, he was, because of pain, he so much pain. So then everybody scared. Then we said, Maharaj, please take rest, lie down on your bed. What happened, Maharaj? Because he was not telling that he fall down. Maharaj, what happened? Well, this is little, because it was there was no external injury. It's a very heavy red marks over there at the backside. So he said, call the Shautar. I was not there because I was in the next room. Immediately said, call the Shautar and Krishna Priya, my doctor Krishna Priya Prabhu. Immediately we came. Krishna Priya Prabhu was there. I came after 2 minutes. Then exactly I don't remember, no, I don't know who said, I didn't heard that, but somebody heard and told me that Maharaj told, I made a mistake. Don't shout on me. Means now don't tell me that you should not come to Dehradun. Maybe Krishna Priya, he was talking to Krishna Priya Prabhu or talking to whom I don't know. Somebody told me. While totally shattered, I said, what to speak now? Just try to make Maharaj comfortable. So I said, Maharaj, then we called nurse, the local nurse. Fortunately, she was there, a devotee. She saw that Maharaj, that injury. She said, I think there is no bone fracture because there is no more redness, bluish. So maybe she gave the pain injection, and immediately after breakfast, he took rest for some time, like after 15-20 minutes, and we said, Maharaj, we have to go to hospital to check if any fracture is there. We can have prasad and let's go. Because he was feeling so much pain. Then he went, and after that, you know all the episode. This happened. We are trying our best to stop Maharaj. Because many times I feel that he knows that traveling is his troubling part. Many times when he books his tickets for America, many times he asks Janardhan Maharaj, shall I go? I want to go tomorrow. Maybe 2 days later, he even checked with Bhanu Maharaj, shall I go? Can I go? So many times he feels something like that. So this time also, I think this time he knows, but he want to die on battlefield, not lying on bed. So he wanted, at the last moment also, he did his responsibility. Even while lying on the bed, he was crying and writing a letter for bureau members. He said, I want to write a letter for my resignation. Maharaj, please take rest. No need to write. I'll go personally and tell them. No. I want to write. And he wrote a long letter, resignation letter, requested bureau members. And he requested, I can't come for meeting. My health is not well. He wrote the same lines also, these lines also. this thing happened. He knows what is to be happen. I want to share, I don't want to much, but I have many sweet memories to share. Today I will share only one. It's like the starting is like in 2013 or 2012 or 13. Is early days of my as a secretary. I also tried to do fasting for Kartik. So I tried fasting for Kartik for 4 months just on fruits. I lost my weight for more than 30 kg. He was busy in meetings and somehow he didn't recognize that thing. But somebody told that Maharaj, Dashavatar Prabhu is not eating anything. So he called me, just that time is about to finish my 4 months. And he called me immediately. He said, "You are fasting? You are not eating anything?" So I was scared. I said, "Maharaj, is just Kartik." So I tried to do this 4 months fasting. He said, "I can't take service from whomever who is fasting whole day, like not eating anything. It is an offense for me." He said like that. He's very careful for taking service from anybody. Even Ekadashi, generally devotees go for massage in the evening. On Ekadashi days, he asked everybody who is on full fast. So if somebody says, "Maharaj, I am," so he said, "Please go and take rest. I don't want to take service today." And even the books distributors, they generally comes for massage evening. So he said, "I don't want to take service from book distributors. You are doing great service for Prabhupada. I don't want to take massage from you." So it's like that. He was very careful of taking service from anyone, or any favor from anyone. So this is the we have a lot of sweet memories with our Guru Maharaj. I hope we will keep relishing and inspiring ourselves to serve Guru Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada. I want to thank all the devotees for helping me in Guru Maharaj service. And I beg all the devotees for forgiveness if I have hurt anyone, either intentionally or unintentionally, in Guru Maharaj service as his secretary. I request all the senior devotees to please keep me under your guidance for the next chapter of my Krishna conscious spiritual journey in Srila Prabhupada's service. I want to thank all of you for giving me this opportunity to speak and glorify Guru Maharaj. Thank you. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyo cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Everybody give standing ovation. This is the last for this afternoon. Thank you, Das Avatar Prabhu. Thank you for your service to our Guru Maharaj. Hare Krishna. So we'll end now the session. We'll have part 2 here this evening again at 5 p.m. The same program will be like, yes, we'll have the crowd, the general crowd outside, yatris or visitors to go that way, again that way, and then they'll exit gate number 2. The arrangement remains as it is. Please tell Uddhava Bandhu Prabhu we're doing part 2 here. And the Bhagavad Gita class may be cancelled. Okay? We call you up this evening, especially the temple presidents under his zone. so that you'll have, and those who have really close association of Guru Maharaj. I will call your names, just in case. I forget you, you give your name to Dharmatma Prabhu, and we'll make arrangement. His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj Ki! His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj Ki! His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj Ki! Srila Prabhupada Ki! Srila Prabhupada Ki! Srila Prabhupada Ki! Nitai Gaur Shitana Premanande! Hari Om Tat Sat. Prasaram time.